All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. So we got a problem on my end. My headphones ran out of batteries just now, so they're plugged in, and I can't hear myself. I mean, I can hear myself, obviously, but I can't hear myself through the stream. But it looks like I'm talking according to the microphone volume gauge thing. So that's that. And I've got pizza in the oven. It's not eaten yet, so I'm gonna have to eat that at some point because it's been 3 hours without. In the morning, no food yet. I'm hungry. So let's start though. For those of you who are new, welcome. Glad you're here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you do subscribe, a zombie will pop up, and I have no idea what happens if a bunch of people all subscribe at the same time. The zombie will probably just pop up a whole bunch of times, but really, I don't know. So this is what I was doing before for the past couple days. Working on redoing the items system, and really this is going to encompass all of the game modules: items, inventory, loot, stats and skills, the dictionaries, etc. And so that's what we've been doing, and it's working, which is great. Not sure though why there's an extra gap here. Yeah, I just don't know. It seems like whenever there's two things, there's no gap. When there's only one thing, there is a gap. So who knows? Not a big deal. Just more of a graphics thing. But we haven't done anything on the stats and skills yet. And so I was thinking of digging that. Well, you know, you need to get your own pizza, unfortunately. Last night I decided I wanted pizza. So I got pizza. And now there's leftovers because, you know, the math of pizza works out to really you got to get the biggest one, unless you're just getting a slice. But even then, most of the time you just have to get the biggest one. One of the pizza places near here where they do sell slices, the math works out to it's the same either way. So there's really no reason to get a whole pizza unless you're just wanting 6 slices of giant sliced pizza. Otherwise, just get 1 or 2 slices, depending on how hungry you are. So the stats and skills, which is my first module that I made for this. Let's just see. Everything should still work, technically. And we're going to fix that serialization thing here. So I haven't actually thought much about this quite yet. Why can't I make this smaller? I want to make this smaller, but I can't. Make that smaller. Oh, there we go. I haven't thought about this in a while, but there's definitely some things I wanted to update about it. One thing being I want to remove this RPG data. First, I was going to just rename it because it's not necessarily RPG data. It could be any sort of... This is a parent for all of these. And I wanted to remove it. I don't think we need it at all. Character classes and character races, I'm now going to delete these because these fit in the items. So you can just create an item for character races and character classes, which makes a lot more sense because an item doesn't have to be a thing you hold in your hand or put on a shelf. It could be any object. It's basically a list of objects. So in this case, we have... race and class item objects, and they're going to have the ability to have stats and skills, which was built in and kind of hard-coded, which is always a problem, to the original stats and skills system. And so we're going to fix that in this case. So removing both of those, which is easy. Removing stuff is easy. Oh, here we go. We got a null reference. I probably changed something, yeah, in the shared code. So there's that. But we have all of our stats and skills. Okay, so there's one that's missing. So I want to fix this as well. Basically, gonna redo most of this from the ground up, and hopefully reuse the math that behind it. The whole idea with the stats and skills, we can kind of see it here, is that you'd have a whole bunch of Oh wow, yeah. A whole bunch of data on your, well, you set up first your stats and skills. So that could be things like plate armor, shield, learn stats or skills. I wish I could show this. Well, let's see. Why is this bug happening here? So apparently items doesn't exist. So we can say if no items, then return. Just -1, I guess. See what happens if we do that. It looks like something's missing in items. And I've messed with the code so much that, you know, I could have done anything at this point. Same deal here. So one of these objects is clearly just missing its items. So we'll see what happens if I try to skip those bits. Ah, see, there's a pop-up. I should probably not return null for that last one. Where was it? I actually don't remember which script it was. It was one of these. Ah, this one. So instead of returning null, I'm going to return just an empty. Oh. Oops. Return an array here, so 2 array. Just do that, just to make sure this. Just want to see there we go. That's what. All right, so one of them is null. I think it was that chain was having issues. So the idea behind stats and skills are that you have stats and you have skills, and they do things. They can affect each other, and how you use them in your game is completely up to you, but there are things you want to keep track of, values you want to keep track of, and there's going to be a variety of different things that's built into this. Some of them can be trained, i.e. a skill that you can train over time. So the bow skill can be trained. Some can be modified, others can't be modified. And if they can be modified, they act slightly differently, and they'll show up in different ways. Each one will have its custom dictionary. Dictionary in this frame is just a set of key value pairs that you can set your own. They're serializable. And they'll work with the other modules as well through the unique ID. An array.empty, an empty array. So I could return an empty array for that too. And then other things. This can be trained with these different types. This is going to have to be changed so it's not hard-coded, which will be a great update. But essentially they've got points, base value, and base proficiency, and the math behind it is that these can all affect each other, and as they affect each other, the system will compute the final values for you, which is really nice. Different types, you can set your dictionaries there. So we're going to redo all of this pretty much from the ground up, and then other things, you know, can be modified but can't be trained. And then here it tells you what if they're affected by other stats or skills, and all that good stuff. So lots of stuff there. And for now, I think my pizza's almost ready. So I know this is going to make some of you go away, but I'm going to have to eat. before I do 2 or 3 hours of coding and stuff. And so I think what Jason was saying here is I could do array.empty string to provide an empty array as well. So that's, I'll add that. Now those, I should, handle this. This should never happen. Obviously it did happen. So we'll have to handle that. But this is a big change. So it's going to take some mental gymnastics to figure out how to effectively modify it without changing the existing, so it doesn't mess up existing projects that might be using this, but have a new way of doing it. So I am going to go to YouTube and check out a video. Oh, there's Jason's video on well, I mean, I don't know. I just want to put on a video for the time being. The relaunch of Infallible Code. I watched that. Dogs watching TV. That's cool. What's a good game to Tom Petty? New World. New World. That's what we did last time. And so I think I'm gonna throw this on while I hear my thing beeping in the background, so I gotta go do that. I'll pause this, and hopefully this won't have copyrighted music in it, and let's check this out. I'll be right back. All right, I'm going to eat this pizza now. I have to say, I've been watching these videos on New World, and the one thing that I think is weird, and I think Uriah, I think, brought it up in the stream today about how the first character always, or enemy always misses. Wasn't a fan of that when just watching it. And the AI in general for the bad guys.
those side quests and tackle them. Main quest.
I totally
make
realized
sure
I
to
had the
toss in
sound
some
down.
town
Sorry.
project. Max level 60 and earn access
Okay.
to the emote output.
I ate the pizza, and I wanted to point out something. that the goal of the stats and skills, when they're going through dexterity does this, strength does this, or whatever, intelligence does this, the point of the stats and skills module is that you could build this system with that. And all it really is, stats and skills, is a data management. Let's close that now. Data management, setting up the data and then managing that data. So what accuracy, luck, might, personality, or whatever you decide to name it does, I don't know. I really don't know. It's up to you. You're the one making the game. I'm just providing this system to hopefully make it easy to affect things. All right, so this is going to be something here. All right, let's dig in. All right, so one of the things I want to do is change it from stat or skills to stats and skills. And that's good because that means I don't have to destroy this or anything. I just, this will stay the same. I won't remove any of this. Rather, I'll just create new ones. All right, so we're going to start by creating a new, let's see, is it stats or skills? Where should we start? I mean, essentially, all of these are going to be a data object. I want each one to be a scriptable object. Right now, let's see, when we create a new one, we have stats or skills is a scriptable object that holds individual ones. And skill data objects, this is just a list of all these, and each one of these is individual. So I think I want every stat or skill to be its own scriptable object, which you can manage individually. And then we will build a inspector or just a window similar to the item attribute here, where you can modify the specific types. And so I think the first step will be to create the basic scriptable object called stats and skills. And that's why I called it stat or skill, because it could be either. Tonight, you're looking ahead for tonight. Are you leaving? You're probably leaving. Maybe. Probably. I've been doing nighttime streams. So probably I'll be going on tonight as well. Around 8 p.m. probably. That's generally the time Pacific that I do. Yeah. So let's just start and see what works. That's a good MO for me. So I'm going to start by saying stats and skills. So this is an object that holds stats and skills. It could be any of them. It's going to be a scriptable object. So we'll load this up. Once we're able, I'm going to end up copying some code from item object. So let's see. So we're going to need namespace is infinity PBR dot modules, and we'll move this up, down, all around. Thanks, the bull. And then, yes, I want a menu for creating this, and we're going to call this stats and skills and stats and skills. Yep, and delete this. We don't need that. And it's going to be module scriptable object. And then it also, that's right, fancy pants. Module scriptable objects has all the different methods that are required by I have UID and I have dictionary. So that is helpful. You don't need to do anything there. All right, let's save that, or save this and see what we can do. So I'm going to create a new folder. We're going to call this demo October 2021, just to keep it separate from the others. We're going to create a new folder. I'm going to take the same pattern as I did for the item objects and attributes, where the parent folder that the scriptable object is in is the type. So in this case, I'm going to call this stats, and I'm going to go into that and create a new one. So game modules create, window, that's right. No, I was right the first time. Game modules create stats and skills. That's this one, and we're gonna call this might. Is that what I called it in my other demo? Yes. So I'm gonna create these: might, luck, accuracy, personality, speed, and stamina. Do you know when I made the barbarian, I had misspelt stamina, replacing the N and the M, and then I had to spend like an hour going through the entire code fixing it because I didn't have cool stuff like writer and stuff like tools like this. So create, actually I'm just going to duplicate this one. We'll call this speed and accuracy, and luck and wisdom and personality, and I'm missing one, and stamina. All right, so now we need an editor script for these, because right now they've got the dictionary. If we look at debug, what will we see? We'll see the UID. So they each have their own UID that gets set automatically, which is very nice. So they've got what they need so far, the basics, but we need an editor script to see these. So we'll create that. I'm just going to call this stats and skills editor, and we'll load that up, and I will load up item objects editor. Item objects editor, there it is. Item object editor, I guess. And let's see, I'm going to pull in my own editor utilities, make heavy use of that. Throw in, we'll delete this, do a namespace is infinity PBR.modules, and bring this up. What else do we have? We got these at the top here. Import the missing things. And this is a module scriptable object editor. And it's not implementing all the stuff. That's why we're getting this. So we're going to implement missing members. Okay. We might not need to use all of these, but we might. So we'll see. What is our header over here? We might need this stuff, but I think what we're going to do is comment out validations and comment out this. But we are going to show header, and we need this object to get this object we're doing up here. And it's going to be stats and skills is this object that we're editing. And then where do we set this up? In the setup, we're setting up that, and we're setting up a dictionary drawer. A dictionary drawer is the, well, it's no tint because it's daytime here. It's not nighttime. But I also fixed that in the so it doesn't affect Rider now too. So if it were nighttime, there would be no tint in Rider. So put this in setup, and this is a different type now, and then dictionary drawer. So we need to copy that over. We're going to copy field width as well. And so we're going to just have those set up. Excellent. We're going to need scroll position too, most likely. And I don't know if we'll need the others, but we're going to have some scrolling going on, so we're going to need scroll position. So I'm just going to bring it over now. So this is our setup, saying this object, so we can make use of that, saying the dictionary drawer, because we're going to have an opportunity to show the dictionary. And then show header. Show header is part of this, and that basically shows the UID with a button to copy the UID. So if we save here, we should be able to see that when we're looking at our stats. Oh, it doesn't seem to be taking effect. Why not? Because I did not say the right type of editor. So it's going to custom editor of this type. So now it should work with magic. Okay, there we go. So now you can copy the UID. So if you need to reference it anywhere in your scripts, you can just copy it without having to, click or anything like that. So that's helpful, I think. All right. And we need a few other things. The draw is, we might need an initial setup thing. That was annoying last night, dealing with that. Dealing with this was annoying, but we can deal with that later. When we draw, we're going to, I don't think we need to set the editor window width. I think I never made use of that. We're going to draw this. Let me just copy all this over and we'll delete the stuff we don't need. It's all on draw. So this is going to be stats and skills and object type. So we need a couple things here, object type and object name. And I believe are they private? Or are they not even, are they held somewhere else? Where are they? Where are they? They are here on the module scriptable object. All module scriptable objects have a name, object name, and object type. So that's why they live up here. And I think you can do this object instead of script. This object will get more specific stuff, whereas script will only get the stuff at that level. So stats or skill object type. I think, well, we'll see. I'm going to just comment these out. Actually, we don't need, well, let's figure that out later. We might need stuff. We'll comment out check and we'll do the footer. Footer is important. Let's see, what does the footer do? It just allows you to see the full inspector. All right, let's see what this looks like now. All right, stats and skills is missing the object type. We'll figure that out. So this is the full inspector now, if you want to see that. What does the other window look like? Item object trace, so that's what it's going to look like. Okay, so we're going to keep the same sort of language, visual language going on here. So we need to get the object type. Where is object type saved? That is an interesting question. Maybe that's part of the initial setup. Let's see. Let's see. Initial setup. No. It's not part of initial setup. Validations. Check object types. Aha. So these are, we do need validations. We need those. So let's go back here and we will copy these. I guess I kept validations thinking that there might be additional validations to make in the future that aren't check object types. And that's why that exists. Where was validations called? It was called in the header. That's right. And we commented that out. So we'll bring it back in, check object types, and this is going to be stats and skills. Stats and skills. I can't type. Good thing it fills in stuff. And we have to do these various things. We only need to do stats and skills for this. We need to add a new get array here. And I think I need to refactor this at some point as well. But I'll throw in right here, we're going to say stats and skills, get stats and skills array, and return stats and skills array. What is this? We're going to have to copy this and make a new one of these. Stats and skills array, stats and skills array. All right, item object cached. We're going to say stats and skills cached. Then we're going to return that. If that length is greater than 0, we'll return that. And that's going to live all the way up here. And it's going to be similar to this. And it's going to be stats and skills cached. Stats and. So that basically is going to say, hey, if we already did this, don't do it again. Yep. So what we're doing here is finding assets of the type stats and skills. And then all items will be stats and skills. And load asset path and return all items. I'm going to rename this to be all things because it's not items. That could get confusing. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. And that should be that. What is this? Stats and skills. Oh, well, I need to change that to this. All right, check name, check object type. So now this should just populate, I hope. Let's find out. There it is. Might stats auto-populated. Let's see. And all these happen as well. All right, good stuff there. So now we need to show the buttons. We know we have dictionaries, and we know we are going to have links to other things. But for now, we only have dictionaries. And so we need to show buttons. So let me actually bring in show buttons and see what we have over here for show buttons. Yep. So I could probably put button code into here. So let me throw button code into there and then remove button code from here. Doesn't work. Oh, it's private over there. Well, let's make sure it's public. And spelled right. All right. So we will keep show buttons, however, because that will be more unique per one, because for this one, we're only currently going to show dictionaries. So I'll just comment those out. And what do we have up here? Yep, show dictionaries. So I'm just going to copy all of this. And again, we'll delete the stuff we don't need. And so that's going to be all of this. And I'll keep those two now, but they might be deleted later. So show buttons, dictionaries, and that should give us a button up here that just says dictionaries. And you can turn that on and off. Hopefully. What are the uses of protected virtual? Now, if Jason Storey, if you're around, or Jason Wyman, if you're around, you would know the answer to that, because I don't know entirely. I think it has something to do with overrides and or inherited things, or something like that. Yes, something like that. I know that's not a crazy helpful answer, but it's the only answer I have right now. And then we're going to do the showing of the dictionaries here. So undo any changes and then show dictionaries. And we'll copy that as well. Show dictionaries is going to be this. Now, can we put this up there as well? Let's see. Let's see what happens if we put it here and we say public. So we're missing a fair amount of stuff. Yeah, I think we're not going to do that. But we will copy it from here. And we're actually going to show dictionaries header too. So I'm going to copy that as well and paste these over here, down here. Remove this middle one. I might copy that later. I'm not sure yet. Why is this underscored? I think I'm missing something here. It's using the wrong one, I think, and we need this. All right, we'll go through this in a second, but this is pulling from this show dictionary, and I need it to pull from this show dictionary. That means I need this. I don't have this, and I need it. It's my birthday, and I needs it. Okay. So for this one, dictionary, module script robot, undo value change, draw dictionary. Class name is going to be stats and skills. And I guess we'll have to decide whether or not we need to capitalize that A or not. All right, so hopefully something will pop up here. It might have some things we need to fix, but let's see if something pops up here. It does. All right, that's cool. Now, oh, thank you for answering the question in the chat. All right, so show dictionaries does start the vertical box, show the header, big label for dictionaries, and copy item dictionaries, so our paste ability, and if we have the key, then we'll show that, replace all values with item dictionaries. And so this is actually going to be stats and skills dictionaries, because we don't want to replace it with the item dictionaries. So we'll replace that. All right, so get stats and skills array, to list first or default. Object name equals get string. Stats and skills dictionaries. And this is going to be stats and skills. All right. And I can remove my note to myself, undo paste settings for this object. This object's dictionary, replace the contents with that object's dictionary. All right. We are not going to include that anymore. So that should be good for the copy paste in the header. And then after the header, we, if we're not showing dictionaries, we end. Of course, if we're not showing dictionaries, we return. So this means that this is never actually used. So we can delete that too. Nice. And then delete that over here too then. Header, show header, dictionaries header. So I can delete that bit of code. I'll keep that one there, but I'll delete where was that code? Whoa, what was that? That doesn't show dictionaries. All right, this part, I can delete that. Nice. All right. And then we do show dictionary, and we're passing in this dictionary, this object name, this object type, and also this object. And this is going to take in anything that's a module scriptable object. In this case, it is a stats and skills, and it's going to draw that with the class name stats and skills. And that's important because we do various things on that. So what we're looking for is now the dictionary drawer editor. And again, we're passing all this stuff over. So dictionary drawer editor. So what happens with dictionary drawer editor? Well, we start with the draw method. And then we have to do a new one like this, where if it's stats and skills, then we will draw stats and skills. And I'm going to just copy all of these. I figure we'll probably need all of them, or most, so we'll see. Stats and skills, and draw stats and skills. So there's a lot of copy pasting going on, but that's okay. Class name. Class name we don't need. This is actually going to be already saved up here. So I think we can delete that because we wouldn't get here unless we have the class name set. I'm just going to comment it out for now. Did I make a mistake saying stats and skill without the S somewhere? It's a mouthful, stats and skills. Say it 10 times fast. Do it, do it, do it, do it now. And add dictionary key and copy those. All right. This is going to show a common dictionary, and then this is the custom stuff. Jason Storey, thanks again for leading me towards that code because it's quite exciting. Show common dictionary. There's these cute squirrels that keep walking outside the window, and I have a thing for cute squirrels, really cute animals of any type. I want them to be my friend because I'm lonely. So, yeah. Stats and skills, add dictionary key, stats and skills. Add to all of type. So we need to make that. Dictionary already has that. All right, add dictionary key item attribute structure. Stats and skills, and stats and skills array, where blah blah blah, stats and skills. And now we need a stats and skills array. That's going to be similar to the item attribute array. Didn't we make that? I thought we made that already. Did we not? Didn't we make that literally like a second ago? Unless I have it in multiple places. So we totally did make it. I swear we made it. In custom editor modules. We did make it. Holy cow. Well, that's something we need to fix, isn't it? It should live here instead. Can it live here? It totally looks like what I did was started moving them over and then forgot about it. That's what it looks like. I did. Well, I wouldn't do it here. So that's something to do. I don't think I ever used this. Huh. Well, William, that's the way it is. Jack, do you remember what script I was on when I made that spelling mistake? Was it here? Ah, yes, it was. Thank you for that. All right, so mental note, this needs to just be moved over. All right, good to know. I'll have to figure out that. Now I got sidetracked. Where was I? The drawer editor, stats and skills. Draw structure, stats and skills, stats and skills structure. All right, so that should draw the actual body here, which is different from up here, and that was the big key thing, is that there's one view that you'll get for individual objects and one view that you'll get for the editor of all the objects. And we'll see if it works. All right, so now there are no dictionaries yet, and that's okay because we need to create the window for stats and skills. So similar to this, it will let you create the actual stats and skills, expose what types they are, reorder them, rename them, delete them, etc. Ooh, my delete button's not working. Well, we'll have to solve that too. So let's create the window. We'll solve the delete button when it comes up. Let's start by creating the window. And to do that, we will copy the existing window and then just change things, I suppose. It seems reasonable enough. Editor window item attribute. We'll change this to editor window stats and skills. And I'll spell it right. Not window. Oops. Which one's the right one? Okay. Editor, window, stats, and skills. Copy that. Load that. Fix that. All right. What do we need? So bring up this one. We're going to bring up stats and skills. This is this type of window. Name will be skills. Undos, reset cache. Set item attribute drawer. We might not be using that, but I'll leave that there. Set dictionary drawer. We will be using that. Show dictionaries. We are not showing any stats and skills yet. Perhaps we will be. Check for null drawer. And if so, set it. Show buttons. Stats and skills. Window display dictionaries. Dictionaries. Save that and save that and save that and comment this out because again, we aren't doing that right now. Show dictionaries. So stats and skills. Window dictionaries. Dictionaries are all stats and skills. Dictionaries here. Select individual stats and skills to set content values. That's fine still. Get item attribute array of type. So this is going to be get stats and skills array of type, which we haven't created yet. And we're going to call this stats and skills type, which I don't think we've created either. So we'll have to do that. This part's not being used, but stats and skills. Show header, manage the structure for all. Copy. Stats and skills here. Select each attribute. Stats and skills gets stats and skills array where the object type equals stats and skills type. Stats and skills. We'll just say objects. Stats and skills. Pop up. Get stats and skill types. And stats and skill type. Perfect. All right, so now we need to create all of these missing things. So to do that, let's figure out where it lives on the other one. So show dictionaries has get item object array type. Of type and get stats and skills array of type. Put that in there. Object type stats and skills array where object type equals that to array. Perfect. Next is stats and skills type. Where does this live? Oh, I need to put it up here. I need all of these up here. Let me just copy all of these, throw them all up there. Oh, I already have it. That's stats and skills type. I just didn't rename it. All right. Next one is down here at the bottom. Show header has get item object types, and so we'll do similar to this. Get stats and skills types. Get stats and skills array. Select object type distinct. That should be that. And that looks like it's it. So let's see what happens when we go to our window, game module, stats and skills. Let's dock that. It's called stats and skills. Hey, camera can't move it. Okay. Select a type. We have stats. There are two stats objects. Can make that wider. And here's our dictionaries. So our stats are going to have a few things. We're going to have points. And we're going to have an error. So let's figure out why. I'm going to check the items. I think maybe not all of the items have the dictionary. Let's see, though. Yeah, so they didn't get the dictionary. This one did. This one didn't. Looks like maybe only one of them got the dictionary. Or okay, or two. So one or two got the dictionary, so that's an issue. That's why that's happening. So the bigger issue here is that also this is let's see. Let's reset it. All right. Stats, there are 7, not 2. Good. Let's add that to all stats. Okay, 2 of them already had it. Do the rest have it now? Yes. But they didn't get the key. So something's going on with our add to all. Delete. Oh, this item attributes. Test. Delete test. Okay. All right. What we're going to do then is go into each of these and manually delete them. I guess I should have had less objects. Oops. And let's look at our stats and skills. Add code. So this is in the dictionary drawer editor, and we're going to look for add to all here and content.invoke. Okay, so editor window, stats and skills. So draw stats and skills structure. The common code is add dictionary key, stats and skills structure. Dictionary, get string, stats and skills, add dictionary key. Do we have that everywhere? 3 matches. All right. So this is the issue. We should have more because I have 3 gets but no sets. So clearly items, add dictionary key. Wow, so I have 10 for items, but only. So this is one area where it matters because clearly we are doing this. So if class name equals stats and, well, really, I guess I should just do class name for all of these, huh? Oops. If I change all of these to be the class name, then they'll just work. So let's see about that. going to do that here, even though it's commented out, just in case I ever resurrect that zombie code. All right, let's see if this works. Okay, so let's see, test, add to all. Okay, we still have a null, so let's just see what we got. All right, so these all seem to have test, so that's good. We're still getting an issue though, so that's bad. Why? For each dictionary and all dictionary structure. What's all dictionaries structure? Okay, what's all dictionaries? Show common. Aha! So we're missing one implementation of this. Aha, here we go. If class name equals stats and skills, then we'll sell dictionaries, stats and skills dictionaries. And we'll go here and copy and paste that. Throw this in here. Return stats and skills array, where object type is that. Okay. The dictionary, select the dictionary, and then return that to the array. Let's see. Good, no errors. So now we can expose our thing here, and then on our inspector, if we turn on dictionaries, test is exposed there. Now you can change these other values if you wanted to, but I know it's a lot of coughing and pasting, but I wasn't sure how to go about. I mean, I guess since it's only one line, doing the action, the delegate trick wouldn't really work. Yeah. So instead I decided to copy and paste it and then think later about how to maybe optimize it or refactor it. Yeah, because there was enough differences between them that I was like, well, there's differences here. So, all right. So I should just close this one. So we have those. Let me do test 2 and add that to all, and then we can move up, down. We can't move up and down. Oh my gosh. Now I just closed this one, but now I want to bring it up open again and see if we can move these up and down. We can. So we can move those up and down, but we can't move these up and down. I guess the hazard with using the cool arrow symbols is it's harder to search for them. This is in the value drawer, I think. So it's probably some item attributes. All right, what happens? So maybe that's not, maybe it's in the dictionary drawer. Move up, move, item. All right, see, yep, more copy pasting, Jason. This is the thing here is, I'm not sure how to get the right class type. Or I can certainly reduce these down to just one list of these. That's for sure. All right, let's see if this works. All right, good. I didn't add the can move option, so these don't get blacked out if you can't move, but I think that's okay. Nothing happens if you do either one. And can we delete? No. Delete. Aha. See, this is another place. Okay, I can make this into action 2 and an action 3. So content 2, invoke. Is that right? And this will be 3. And up here, so this is for 2. Oh, that's right. I couldn't figure out how to get in one of these actions these variables. I tried to do this last night, but that's where I was. Yeah, and then I went to bed. That's right. Now I remember now. I went to bed. Because I couldn't figure that part out. All right. Okay, so I guess I can do this a little bit differently then. I could put this code in content 2. So we can say content 2 question mark dot invoke, and okay, so that should solve that one. And I guess I could do similar things. Line 144. I can probably explain that. This part. So this relates to these buttons. That's just a special symbol, circle symbol I found because I thought it looked cooler. Originally, I had 2 different symbols. So if it was on, then it would be a different symbol. So I could just temporarily do this, and you can see. But I got a bug, so you can't see. Hold on. This doesn't work. I thought this would work, but it doesn't work. Okay, so instead I will go down here and we will say, change these to just object dictionaries. Wait a minute. Overthought it. Overthinking it. Don't overthink things. Instead of passing this in, we'll just pass this in. After object type, pass that in, which is this. And then we won't pass this in. And then here, we'll do that. That's simpler. I overthought it, everybody. Hello, Cyber Games. It's going. There we go. So now you can see what it looks like with the other one. So basically, the two O's were just because I was thinking about doing two different symbols, but I ended up not doing two different symbols. That's it. That's why there's two O's. Unless you were asking what the question mark means, and then so the question mark means if this is true. So if key value show all value types is true, then it does the first. Otherwise, it does the second one if false. I forget the name of this operation. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, it's saying it's identical true and false branches. So it's an yeah. I'm not sure what it's called though. Yep. All right, so I think I can do that same technique for these. Can I? For each? No. No, I can't. All right, so that should be fine. Let's see if this works now. Lambda operator. Thank you. That's what it is. It's a lambda operator. Delete. It worked. Undo. It didn't work. Whoa. Undo does not work for delete. Well, that's a problem. Undo.record object. Oh, yes. This is where I had an issue. I have no object to record. Let's see. Do the other things work for undo? So that one works. But selecting individual ones of these does not undo properly, and deleting does not undo properly. So I don't know, maybe somebody knows the solution here. Undo doesn't work in this script because this is an editor script with no object, I don't think. Unless it's key value drawer. Let's see. Maybe it is. Undo.record object. Undo delete. No, so this is not a valid object. So I don't know what to stick in here to get it to actually record the undo thing here. I could do object this object. I'm not sure. Unity engine.object. And then if I put that in here, it should work, but it's not. There's no object here, so I need to set this object. My guess, I could set this object when I do this. Unity engine.object, new object. And then wherever I get errors, I need to throw in the object. Let's see if that works. There's no object here either. It's a window. It's an editor window. So that I don't think will work. But unfortunately, in this case, it's not. There's no game object. We watched this yesterday. It looks good. That sounds like a hacky solution. I feel like there's got to be a way. There's got to be a built-in way of handling this, because Unity makes plenty of windows and they all work with undo. Editor window. What's this? Is that a thing? Interesting. So it is the window. Where's this icon editor mentions? Ah, here. Mark icon editor as serializable. Okay. So this should work. Then, am I in the wrong thing now? Okay, so if I pass this in, Okay, that seems to work. Situation is that undoing in an editor window has no object, but turns out the editor window itself is an object. So when passing this in, I need to allow it to be null. Because this is actually not going to pass that. It's just the 3 editor windows that will. Think. And then that should work. Then, if that's the case, editor windows themselves are scriptable objects, it turns out, that Unity does magical things to. Okay, we can add. Can we delete? We can delete. Undo object may not be null. Okay, so oh, wait a minute. Oh, because we didn't awake, we have to run the awake. Let's try that. Okay. Stats and skills. Add test 3. Delete. All right. Undo. Didn't work. Does not work still. All right, let's try to debug log this then. This editor window. How do we get this editor window? Close tab. Now I've got a song in my head. Oh, speaking of songs. This whole time I haven't had the pretty music on. Maybe I did. Can't remember. Can't hear it myself, so. Now I've got the Rubber Ducky song from Ernie in my head from Sesame Street. You know, Rubber Ducky, you're the one. Yep, now you're going to have it in your head too. And you're welcome for that. So this editor window is No. Why is this editor window not there? So going from here, dictionary drawer, debug.log wants to set window to this .name. All right, and then got this .name. And let's see what's going on. Wants to window none, so there's no window. There's no window for some reason. How about we do try this? Public set this window, and we'll pass an editor window, new editor window, and void, and we will say just that, and then here on GUI, just do a quick little thing saying if dictionary drawer.editor this editor window, this that's weird. I would have thought that I would have been able to access that. Dictionary drawer editor brings in dictionary drawer. Well, heck, I just don't know. It has turned into the show. Can we just do a new editor window? Would that even work? perhaps it doesn't matter. That's just an empty object. Is that what you're getting at earlier, Cyber Games? Or similar to what you were saying earlier, maybe? Should just make sure it resets, though. Nope. Well, it won't do to not be able to undo the delete. That just won't do at all. Alright, let's walk through this once more. Editor window, stats and skills. We have an object. That object is this object. This editor window. But this editor window has no name. Check. What is this? I know it's redundant. Alright, we'll try passing that in. Nope. Close that tab. Try it once more. Got nothing. Okay. So, check is empty as well. And that is interesting. I thought that it wouldn't be empty, but apparently it is. Okay, let's see if I can cast this as an editor window and pass that along. Close this again and load it again, and nope. Nope. Thanks for subscribing. Always appreciate it. So does the zombie. Maybe this? What's this? Public static by editor window. Instance. Get return. Get window. I'm sure I'm typing this wrong. And I need to fix some stuff here. I think that's essentially doing what I'm doing down here. There's only one window, and that's the one that's open. Unless I make this one static. Public. That doesn't make any sense either. Because this just isn't working. Nothing's working. How the hell is a person passing window object through? I don't know. I think it's just not getting the object. That was my thinking. Okay, maybe it is getting the object. But how come? All right, so if I just pass in this, then even if the name doesn't come through, delete still doesn't work though. Is the window null? this. No. Yes. Okay, the window, so I guess it is going through. That question, Michael, is supposed to be handled by the undo system. So this is supposed to undo everything under it, unless the issue is more about undoing these, and then I should listen to Jason Storey's group thing and realize that I've been chasing a shadow for the past so many bits. I'm not sure if I could do that. 219, you say, huh? $219-ish because I moved things. Well, the problem is, yeah, the other undos are in different object types. The issue here is this is a dictionary drawer editor, which is the editor version of an interface. And so I'm passing in this object, the editor window object, which is essentially a scriptable object, apparently, and trying to record to that. And specifically, it's this one. But this one, the editor window. But that doesn't seem to be working. And you just can't have a delete button without an undo. And the delete itself is doing this for loop, and I think this has something to do with it. That these just aren't being recorded as part of that. The dictionaries themselves aren't objects in the same way. Alright, I think I need to give my brain a break. It's been about 5 hours of sitting in front of the computer, except from cooking and going pee. So, I'm going to go outside, get some air, go for a walk, come back to it, because something's up here. If any of you happen to have any thoughts after the fact, please let me know in the Discord. Or something. Because this is frustrating and derailing. I can't remember what we were doing right before this. All I know is that the delete button doesn't undo. I swear it used to undo yesterday. I swear it did, because just comment out some stuff. Maybe I need to begin changes check. Just gonna throw this in here and see. Get current group name. Just the group name. Problem is I don't think things are being added to the undo stack. Like they're just not even being registered. Anyways, I'm gonna go outside. That's what I'm gonna do. And maybe when I come back, the answer will just pop into my head. So, thank you for joining. I will be streaming probably again tonight, most likely. Maybe not, but probably. And I hope you have a good rest of your day, or night, or morning, or evening, or afternoon. And I'll see you soon.